Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Sid.
I'm Tay.
And today we're doing a music video reaction to MAZZEL. It's Kila game. Everybody cheer. Fun little twist for this video. I have not heard this song yet.
And I have.
Well, I've heard it a little bit. I've heard it a tiny bit. I heard the chorus. I heard the first teaser. And other than that, I haven't heard anything. So we're flipping the roles a little bit today.
Yeah, so neither of us have seen the music video, so that's stayed the same for me. I haven't seen the music video. I've seen clips. So I know somewhat of what it's kind of looking like, but I've been listening to the song for about a week as soon as it was available in my time zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was listening to it because I was like, to be honest, y'all, a lot of the people that we were friends with, International Unity, were extremely divided about this song.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Some of them really liked it. Some of them were on the fence about it, and some of them really, really don't like it. Which is fair, and everyone's allowed to have opinions.
Oh, yeah. Of course, definitely. I just think it's funny that a song can garner such wide reactions from people who all generally like them and love them and enjoy their music. But yeah, it is funny.
Yeah, so I didn't want to have
a little scared.
I didn't want to have a repeat of K&K, so I listened to it beforehand. I was like, I want to know what I'm going into before we start recording for the music video. And Sid was like, I don't even want to touch it right now.
Yeah, basically Tay had come to me and asked me, like, because the song, I think it was coming out in a few hours or something for us. And Tay was asking, she was like, oh, well, like, should I listen to it or should I not listen to it? And I'm like, well, if you want to listen to it, then you can listen to it. I don't know if I'm going to. And I said, because I didn't want to listen to it right away. I had a lot on my plate. I had a lot of things that I was listening to. So I was like, I'm going to put this off. And now it's been a week. And now we're recording a video. And I still haven't heard it. So we've run into a wall. And I'm going to hear it right now for the first time.
I'm excited. I have to say, because I don't think I mentioned it, I love this song. I think it's great. And I'll save my specific thoughts for after Sid hears it so that I'm not saying a bunch of shit and Sid going, okay, well then there goes the surprise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all I've heard is the chorus, and it's not my favorite thing. But I don't necessarily dislike it. It's just not my favorite. So.
And that's okay.
We'll see how the rest of the song goes. Yes. In a ranking of songs, some always have to be on top and some always have to be on the bottom, and that's okay. We all have opinions. As long as we're nice about them.
I will say that I think you're still going to like Parade over this song. Even though there have been some comparisons. I think you're still going to like Parade over this song.
All right. I'll keep it in my mind. Keep it in my brain.
Are you ready?
Yes. Oh my god. Well, they look great, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
King.
That random man, you know? I love the random people in this.
The people flying, bro.
Oh, I like this set and these outfits. Oh, cute.
king, Kila king.
Yeah. That was a long bout of silence.
Uh-huh.
Is there any silence in the actual song?
No.
Oh.
It's like a
I'd
break.
like them to throw a little. Okay, I'd like them to throw a little bit in. That would have been nice. Wow. 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 Wow.
Yeah, I fucking love this part.
The robots, bro. Oh. Okay. Okay. Where are we, the club? I want to be in this club.
King, Kila king.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be cute.
My face
This robot
hurts.
club is crazy, by the way. Skirt. Can't believe they snuck a skirt in there.
Yep, just for
That's
him.
crazy.
This song was literally
Just for
for
him.
Uki.
No, literally.
Literally for
Okay,
him.
First thoughts. First thoughts right off the dome. I still don't really like the chorus. I'm gonna be so for real. The verses I like. The bridge I like. But that little bit of the end of the pre-chorus into the chorus, it has to either grow on me or I'm not going to like it. But that's okay because I do like the rest of it. And I like the visuals. Some of the note choices were interesting actually. That one Kairyu slid high note, and also the switch from the end of the first verse into that first pre-chorus. They like something happens and they like the key sounded wrong in my ear and I went, "Whoa, what's going on?" But then it settled and everything made sense. But yeah, very confusing song. I'm gonna be so for real.
I think
I'm confused. I'm distraught a little.
I think I was in the same boat because I only listened to it on Spotify when I first heard it. I think I was in the same boat of being confused. I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell just happened in my ears?
Yeah.
But then I listened to it like 2 more times and I was like, actually, I fucking love this song.
Yeah, no, I really like the bridge and I'm going to continue to like if I had listened to this when you had, the thing I would have latched onto this whole time would have been the bridge. I would have been like, well, I like the song because I like the bridge enough for me to like the whole song. But yeah.
Yeah,
my initial thoughts were not my initial thoughts weren't wrong. Like I didn't change any opinion that I had. I still don't really like the chorus and I still don't like the choreography for the chorus. But that's okay. I'm allowed to not like things. But I do baseline like the song. I couldn't say that I dislike the song.
What do you think about how much Achy Now and Tom we got for this song? Yup. I loved hearing them.
Especially in the bridge, bro.
Yep.
Like that first Achy Tom in the bridge, I was like, that was for me. They did that for me. I was very happy. And the Achy Now parts too, yeah. Wow. Yeah. Happy.
Yeah.
I can't wait to look at the line distribution for this because I wasn't paying full attention.
No, I wasn't fully paying attention either, but I was like, okay. I like hearing them.
I'm seeing what you're doing. Yeah. So yeah, very confusing song for me, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll listen to it 2 more times and it'll start to settle in. But yeah,
Surely.
I have nothing to say about the music video yet. This is how you feel all the time. Like,
yeah.
I
I
can't
just
focus on anything.
so the very ending is probably, other than the bridge, probably my favorite part, because I just love how crazy it went. Because you remember when Sky High was talking about this song, I think he was talking with another MAZZEL member, wasn't it? I don't know. I don't
I
remember.
don't remember which interview it was.
Yeah, he was
Or
talking
like
about it at
which
some point.
radio show or whatever.
And he was talking about how it's like a party song. And I was like, I was catching the vibe for basically the whole song, but at the end there, I was like, oh shit. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I got it. I understood the intention. I think I don't know if it hit me correctly. I wish it did. Because I did as soon, I mean, you probably saw it like while we were reacting, but like as soon as that last chorus hit, I was just like, okay, I understand. I understand why you did this. It wasn't my personal favorite choice, but I don't know what I would have wanted them to do otherwise. So like I can't complain. It
Somebody
fit with the rest of the choruses for sure.
somebody had said that they wished that Joker and this song had flipped places, that they had done this song first and then done Joker. I don't know if I agree with that, to be honest. Um I think Joker as the first promoted song was a good choice and a fun choice. And I don't think that personally it would have gotten as much attention as it did if they had waited, if they had done this track first and then done Joker. I don't know if Joker would have done as well.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because in a perfect world where every song that gets released gets the same amount of interaction by the fans, uh, then I would agree. I would say because I like Joker more, I would say that it makes sense theoretically for KKG to be like a pre-release track and then Joker to be like the lead promoted track off the album. But I think because Joker was so good, it got a lot of eyes on MAZZEL. And without those eyes on them, I don't think KKG would have gotten those eyes. So the eyes that Joker gave them means that KKG is going to do a little better because people are already paying attention to them. Whereas I feel like if KKG came out first, that wouldn't have been the case. Like
Right.
people wouldn't have been like, "Oh, these guys just put out KKG. I got to tune into Joker," kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I see the sentiment. And I do, in a perfect world, I do agree that I like Joker more, but
yeah, I think I'm on the same page. Like if it wouldn't have affected the amount of views that they got for Joker, then yeah. Sure, or switch the places. That makes sense. But I think that it was smart to do Joker first because it did so well.
Yeah, it definitely blew them up and got some, at least a little bit, and got some people paying attention. Which is what you want from a pre-release track, because if a pre-release track is catching people's attention, then they're going to pay attention to your album.
Yeah.
Whereas if you only start to catch the attention of people with your album, then they have to wait all the way until your next release to be excited for something new, and you know, people will fall off in that time period.
Yeah, and hopefully at least with Joker, it got people interested in MAZZEL overall, and they started checking out songs outside of what this album has. Hopefully, they're also checking out this album, but you know, MAZZEL has a lot of really good songs, and they have a one man coming up. So I hope a lot of new Japanese fans have taken a look at MAZZEL and are interested in going to their one man, because it'd be really cool to see them like sell those tickets really fast. That'd be really cool for them.
I'd be definitely into that.
Yeah. I think the music video is just really fun. I don't have too much to say about it right now because a lot of it just seems like chaos, and it was just a
definitely.
It was just a big party video.
Lights. Yeah, it's a lot of lights, it's a lot of colors, it's a lot of dancing, it's a lot of robots.
I liked the the extras or whatever that they had in the video
yeah.
too. That guy
Just,
in
like,
the suit,
random,
and then the auntie in her
people.
her fur jacket and her
Yep.
pearls, like.
Yep. Yeah, I love music videos like that. They're always silly.
Mm-hmm. And
I like somebody who doesn't take themselves too seriously.
So much of this video was silly. There was cars floating, people were floating, they got abducted by a UFO, they started dancing with robots. Like, what the hell?
Like, where are we? Whereas, you know, if we're gonna continue talking about that, you want to have Joker over KKG, is like, you can definitely tell that the production value for both music videos is very different.
Yeah.
Like, they were planned, like, it seems like they had this plan going in. Like, we are going to put out Joker, we're going to put this out, we're going to do a bunch of challenges to get people interested, and then we're going to put out, I'm assuming, their most ambitious music video in terms of like effects and CG and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking correctly, like, it's not as big stage and production wise as like some of the other, like Parade obviously has a huge budget with cars and shit like that, but I think this is definitely their heaviest CG music video, and it all looked good. So
yeah, everything looked great.
I was a fan.
It also definitely makes sense that Joker felt more like a performance video rather than like a music video. There were music video aspects, and there was some CGI with like the glass breaking and stuff like that. But a lot of the music video relied on the choreo and the camera work.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, it's got camera work, some choreo, a lot of CGI and effects.
A lot of cute little funny inserts, a lot of shots of the guys just like having fun and like looking good. I'm like, I'm fine with that.
I love the outfits when they got abducted. They looked so good.
Oh yeah, those are crazy.
Those are the outfits that they're wearing in the Spotify canvas as well.
I know, I saw that. I need some Japanese muse to go to the one man and dress up in these outfits, please. Skirt.
They really made him the main character in this.
No, real. All I have to say is we should be in the club.
It's real. Just so fun. It's such a fun song, dude.
It is.
All in all, walking away from this and only liking the part of the chorus that doesn't have that one instrument in the back is pretty good.
Yeah, it's like, I think I like all of the pieces to this song. I think perhaps I don't like necessarily how they were put together. There's something, it'll probably not be nearly as obvious to me once I keep listening to the song, but there was definitely parts where I was like, the transition between parts of the song, like between a verse and a chorus or a pre-chorus or a whatever was going on, was a little jarring, and not in a like good way. It was jarring in a like, oh yeah, we're doing this right now way. And I was like, okay. And I'm sure once I know the full trajectory of the song, like listen to it enough to know what it is like, start to end, I will probably not feel like that. But there's certain parts in there that I'm like, whoa, why are we here now? Where did we go? Where are we? And not in a like, oh, this is so exciting, but in a, I'm confused and I don't like it kind of way. But I do like it. I will leave my review at positive.
I think for me the transitions, it kind of feels like how in movies or shows or whatever that are a little bit on the more scientific side, this has happened a couple of times in those types, which is why I mentioned that specifically. When they do that effect with the camera where it's like panning over and suddenly you're in an entirely different environment.
New scene.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. And like, I understand that that's not for everyone, and that's okay. I like not knowing what the fuck is going on sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes it's nice. In this particular time, I wasn't like falling all over it, but I'm sure that there's other songs, maybe even on this channel, where somebody says something or one song does something jarring and I go, wow, I love that. For some reason in this song it's not working for me yet, but I know it probably will with time. I can Stockholm myself into liking any song, to be honest.
For
So I
me,
will like it.
the equivalent basically is for Sailing, that one part in Sailing for Be First, when it cuts into that wildly random, out of place section, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Like, it did.
I wonder what the difference is in my brain, because I love that part too, and we know it's in the video. Like I just said, there we go. There's an example of me doing a thing and liking it there, but not liking it here. Maybe it's because for Sailing, those two sections are so astronomically different that it's like actually getting whiplash. Whereas for me in this song, all of these parts live in the same universe. I just didn't imagine that they were put together in this order. So that's why I'm like, wait, but if you had done this here and you had done this here and you did this over there, maybe I would like it more. But I think I'm just getting too cerebral with the song. It's just a song.
Well, that's what we're here for, is to dissect it and talk about it.
That is true. You're just not used to being on this side of the video. Not knowing anything and learning it all on camera.
Yeah, like specifically the first time listening to K together, I was like,
like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, like,
and then
like
we had
it was
to literally cut and be like, let's come back to this later. I was scared that that was gonna happen today, that we were gonna watch it once and I was gonna be like, we can't do this today, and we can't, but we can. It's fine. I'm fine.
I really liked all of the auto-tune parts. I know, again, it's not for everybody. We've talked about this before. In fact, a couple of our friends don't like the auto-tune parts, especially for like guys who are vocalists in the group. I happen to think that it makes it interesting. I love, especially with being an SMS fan, being a Shota fan, I have gained a deep appreciation for autotune and the creativity and the artistry that it adds to a song. I think that did its job here. It wasn't overt. It wasn't crazy.
No, I was gonna say, it was very tasteful amount in this song. There wasn't anything crazy. They just added a little extra crunch on that one pre-chorus line, and I'm like, you know what? I like it.
Yeah, and then there was a little bit of it for Tom. It was Kaidu, Tom, Ron, and I think probably Naoya and Eiki too during the bridge a little bit. But again, it's like, it's especially for the bridge, it's so minute that it's like you almost don't know that it's there unless you know what they sound like.
Yeah, it fits into the soundscape of the song. It doesn't sound out of place at all. And I mean, I think, yeah, no, it doesn't sound out of place. I think that was the end of my sentence.
But yeah, I really liked that. I just think I really like chaos in music. I mean, you and I are both sticker fans.
Yep.
And
I'm
that song
wearing
is
an NCT 127 sweater right now. So like, I like loud music. I can admit it.
Yeah, just like, I don't want to compare them to NCT because they're not NCT, but
no,
in the
and
same
I don't think
vein,
this song was giving NCT either.
No, but it was giving like the same, like, I guess, mindset.
Yeah, like it was definitely a loud and in your face song.
Yeah, and it was meant to be.
I see it.
It was meant to like push boundaries for what people consider music to be, which I think NCT does that quite a bit. And I'm excited to see MAZZEL tackle that for the Japanese music genre.
Me too.
I hope they do more of it. I hope that they get even more experimental.
Mm-hmm.
I just had so much fun listening to the
Yeah.
song over and over again.
Yeah.
And I think the music video really matches the vibe perfectly.
Oh, definitely. The music video is very fun. We didn't really talk like a lot about it, but
There
it
wasn't
is quite literally just like a party the whole time. Like, there's not much to really talk about other than like it's fun. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of tiny little things that you can pick up on that maybe you don't see like the first run through or the second or the third. Like, we were catching stuff in the second and third watch throughs of like people in the back like acting or like doing a silly little scene that like you never would have seen unless you were like really paying attention to the parts of the frame that you don't usually pay attention to.
yeah. Like
But yeah, very colorful too.
when Sato comes in on the track during the music video, the implication is that he's flirting with that woman who could be his mother.
Yep.
And then he's
And
walking by.
And there's two guys harassing a salaryman in the back. What did he do? What did he do to deserve this?
And then we see both of those people getting the camera during the song, and it's like,
yeah. And they're like, oh, actually, we're all friends now. Like, where are we?
Yeah, just I mean,
silly.
especially because like it doesn't feel like there's like a genuine story going on. I mean,
no,
like it's like
not. There's not really like a narrative happening. Other
yeah,
than, like these guys are all getting together and then they're having a party with a bunch of robots.
Yeah, and the party's so poppin' that they get abducted and continue the party up with the robots.
In space. Yes.
That's pretty much the story. It's just a lot of it's just a lot of fun, and you know, when Boss said party track, I was like, okay, that could mean 70 different things. That
could mean anything. Yeah, it could mean anything.
But yeah, it delivered for me.
It sure did. It was good.
Mazzino coming over, my dog coming over again when we're talking about MAZZEL.
He loves MAZZEL. He's a muse.
MAZZEL.
Mazzino, are you Musino?
He's so cute.
Yep.
MAZZEL, you have a fan in my dog.
Tay's dog is your fan. I wonder who his Oshi is going to be.
We talked about this before. Who's the dog? There's really no dog people on MAZZEL.
No, Sato is medium-sized dog. I think that's true. I think that's right. No, it's funny. I think you should take out all of the MAZZEL cards from your New Year's collection and put them down on the ground in sleeves if you want to keep them safe, and then you can let him pick one, and then he can have an Oshi for MAZZEL.
Again, with some of the similarities that we've already drawn between there are other songs I can like the comparisons that we've made are songs that Boss also had a hand in producing. Yeah. So classic.
Yep. They know what they're doing, I guess.
Yep. I am
Although
glad.
I don't think he worked on any of the music. I think he was just a producer in like name and like overhead inside. I don't think he made any of the music, but
yeah, I'm not
positive. So don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I can't tell. I just know that he was named as a producer.
Yeah.
I am glad to see him more involved in MAZZEL's activities.
Me too. Big time.
I think that they could obviously benefit from it, but I also think that Boss could benefit from it because they are just at their core so different from BE:FIRST.
Yeah. Definitely.
So I think that it could really like push Boss to not just think about what else he can do for MAZZEL, but also what else he could do for BE:FIRST, what else he could do for the group that comes out of the last piece, what he could do in his own solo music.
Definitely. I think he's gonna flex his creative wings this year a little bit. A little less managerial, a little more artist, I think.
We've already got 2 songs.
Yeah, we already got 2, and isn't there supposed to be 10 total or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
It's like, it was like 1 a month or something, or 1 every however many weeks. So, hey, I'm happy for him.
Now we know why he hasn't been sleeping.
Yeah, now we know why he hasn't been putting out any music, because he's been making all of this. And he's like, oh, I have to make all this music so I can drop them 1 month after each other. It's like, okay, I get it. Yeah, so I guess we're just gonna watch them dance practice then.
Yep.
Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared.
And we're in the K&K room
we're in the
again.
big room. Yeah. The bright ass room. Hey, Michael.
모두 쇼기 난데 뭐니 또 발라드 얻어로 하늘 숙이 타고도 또 새가 레고 타고도 나를 믿고 지걸 땡고 말에 허리건 위가 떨어뜨려 talk me more lost control 도새 나를 꺾어도 이그 talk 말에 걸 이건 rock 맞대라 나의 knock 오사마라 take can't stop don't show my eyes King, Kila, King. 웃음을 다리다. King, Kila,
I'm paying so much attention. I'm not making a single face.
웃음을 다리다. King, Kila, King. 쇼시쇼메 홍게 홍모터 쇼시미 키석 뭐 컨트롤러 자도가 켜와 오던 노트로 목가 독산 조조 홍모너 까딱하게 우모던 너 세라스 어이도 이도 버틀리면 생각 퍼프카스 라드 갖고 나 있어 킹키라 키라 킹키라 위가 버릇들이다 토크니 몰래 컨트롤 어떤 나를 걸어마 고쳐 맞은 이날로 You don't rock 맞대라 나의 내 오사마라 take care Don't show my eyes King, Kila, King.
So that's how much silence is in the actual track. Okay, then I do like it. That's a tasteful amount of silence.
Okay. Moving picture at the end.
Yeah. Exploding a little bit.
One thing I did notice a couple of times is the king or the crown imagery. During Nario's part,
lots of that.
he does this thing. He did it in the music video.
Lots. There's lots.
And then there's one part
crowns.
where they all like do something with their fingers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And I like that stuff, but yeah.
It can be seen as a little corny, but
I like it.
Yeah.
I like a little crown. You gotta. That's okay. Especially when it's just like a quick hand gesture. Yeah, I like that. You go.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you need a second, I have something to say.
Yeah, you go.
I want to say, and maybe I'm just misremembering, or maybe it's just all blending together to me, but
yeah,
I recognized quite a few of these moves from other songs. It seems like they took a lot of parts from other songs where they've done dances, like, full choreography for and kind of like remixed them in a way to fit this song, and I think that it works really well. I just don't feel like I saw anything too new from them, and not in like a staple way, more of just like I've seen this part in K&K, I've seen this part in Joker, I've seen this part in, whatever.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me is that this dance just doesn't really stand out that much to me compared to their other choreography. Like, it was good, and like, well, I don't particularly like the moves. They were executed well. They did a good job. I thought it was actually like, I don't know if it's just me, and because I don't like the choreo, I'm like seeing things that I wouldn't normally see, but like it seemed a little like not as clean as their choreographies usually are. Like, I felt like, I don't know if it was just the way, like the formations, because we talk about their formations a lot, but like I felt like a lot of the formations were kind of flat, or like kind of, it seemed like somebody should be scooched this way or this way, like a little bit. And I don't know if maybe it was just my eyes or maybe it's the angle of the camera or something. But I was watching that and I was like, I've never gotten that feeling from like watching a MAZZEL dance practice before, where I'm like, are they all in the right spot?
I have to say I noticed that a couple of times too. I also noticed that when some of them were transitioning, it seemed like they maybe have been a little bit late.
Yeah, or like, I don't know, like something seems weird. Something seems weird, and I don't know what it is. Um,
Like
I don't know if it's lateness.
there's a part
You
in
go.
yeah, there's like a part or two in particular where it seems like they're doing their normal thing when they're transitioning, where the members are like, you know, to the music, they're transitioning, they're moving, but then it hits to a certain point where they have to be in a particular spot and they're like, oh shit, I'm not at my spot, I have to move this up a
Yeah.
little bit quicker at the like the last second or something
At
like
the
that.
very last second. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. There's something going on. It could just be the choreography itself.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't love the chorus choreography. The rest of it is like mostly kind of fine. I think the chorus choreography is just a little boring, for lack of a better word, but I liked it on the last chorus, like the party chorus at the very end. I liked the choreography there. I thought it was fun and
Yeah.
interesting because they were going all over the place and they were jumping and they were moving, and I was like, oh, this is fantastic. But I think the regular chorus choreography is just so like everybody's staying in the same place, doing exactly the same thing, and the moves are, I'm gonna say, easy, because like I haven't danced in a long time, and like certainly sometimes you watch a dancer and you're like, oh, they make it look easy, and that could just be the case here, but it really just seems like the choreo is kind of too simple for them. I think Takuto looks really good doing the choreo, actually. I noticed that when I was watching it, my eyes would follow him the most, I think, because he, I don't know, feels really set in the choreography. Like he feels like it feels right in his body. Whereas it, maybe it's because it feels a little wrong for everyone else. Like it feels like they're not. When I watched, if there were 8 Takutos, I know this is not what we usually say, but if there were 8 Takutos on the screen, maybe I would like the choreography more, just because it seems like it suits his style of dancing. But I don't know. There's something getting me. I'm gonna end up watching this a lot just to see what my problem is, and then I'm probably gonna end up liking it. So great, love that for me.
Yeah, so this is our opinions subject to change.
Yeah, exactly. And my opinions change all the time.
For me, I was watching Uki a lot, but that's mostly
It
because
makes
they
sense.
centered him a lot.
Yeah,
He was
like he was very
center
central to this song.
Yeah, he was centered in the choreo, he was centered in the music video, he was centered in
Well,
the
not that.
the opposite of censored actually. He
Yeah.
was centered a lot in the actual song too. Like he was featured
Hmm.
quite a bit. He probably, without seeing the line distribution, he probably has the most lines. Um
Hmm.
just
He at
based
least has the most focus,
Yeah.
which is enough. So, well.
I don't think I dislike the choreo.
Hmm.
But I definitely, and what we were talking about with the songs, in that some are going to be better than others, like they can't just
Yeah.
continue to, like, in a perfect world you would do that, but you
Yeah, you
can't
would be
continue
better
to
than your
just
last release every single time, but you also can't do that for every person, right? Every person is gonna like something different. So we all
exactly.
have opinions.
So I think it's on the lower end of the choreographies that we've watched together for the channel. But I don't dislike it. Like I said, a lot of it seems like things that we've seen before. Maybe they've tweaked it a couple of spots here and there to match the song, to be at least a little bit different for the song. But a lot of it did look familiar.
Yeah.
Executed in a similar fashion for a different song. And maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I could be misremembering. That's entirely possible. I do that a lot. But that's just kind of what I caught. Especially when they were doing stuff together as like a group, when they were supposed to be like synchronized or whatever, a lot of it seemed like, oh, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
And again, it's not in a
No,
negative way. It's just like,
no. Because I mean, there's realistically, when you think about it, at the end of the day, there's only so many dance moves in the world. You can't just like keep creating new ones forever. It doesn't really work like that. You're going to recycle some staples, and that's okay. But like when like none of the choreography was that exciting to me, reusing those staples seems like a little bit when I like catch on, I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks. But like it's fine because you need to use fundamentals and basics and moves that everybody knows in your choreography. But I wish they just had one thing in there that made me go, ooh, I liked that a lot.
yeah.
But
And I'm thinking
there wasn't any like standout single moment like that.
Yeah. I'm thinking a little bit more like it's running through my head, and it feels like during the verses, when they were dancing during the verses and not like the pre-chorus or the bridge, or actually a little bit on the bridge too, but like not the pre-chorus or the chorus. There was a lot of transitioning for individual members. Like it felt like they were on a carousel. Like somebody was always
kinda.
like rotating, somebody was always like coming across the screen back and forth, whatever.
Yeah.
Which again isn't inherently bad, but it just felt disorganized, but in like a lukewarm neutral way. You know what I mean? Like none of what I'm saying is meant to be negative. It's just like it's just like a thing.
I'm just like, once again, I'm confused. Like when I heard the song, like seeing the choreography for the first time, I'm just like, oh, that's it? Okay. And it's like, I think, you know what it is? I think this song maybe and this choreography doesn't lend well to this style of video. This flat dance practice, looking straight on, looking at everybody, like looking at it like a mathematician type of video. Whereas this, like on a big stage where their formations are a little chunky because they don't care, they're excited and they're having fun, or they're running around, or they're yelling. I think it would be good in that scenario. And I think the easier choreo would be fun because you could just get everybody to run to the middle of the stage once the chorus starts and then start doing the choreography, and you could all fall into place relatively easy. So I could see how it would shine there, but I think in this type of video it just doesn't show its best sides in this type of video.
That's true. That's another good point. I think that this would definitely hit different. Like if they release a video of them performing this on their one man, I think that we're probably gonna like it because as we've seen with BMSG artists and especially MAZZEL on their live performances, they take a lot of liberty with like extra stuff in the choreo. Like sometimes somebody's doing something extra with their face. Sometimes it's like an extra arm movement or something like that. Some kind of like crowd engagement thing. And I think that this actually allows them to do a lot with that. We're just not seeing it right now because they're performing for a camera and staff.
Exactly. Yeah. This song, I think, will allow them a lot of freedom on a live stage. Especially because even though it's like a promoted track with choreography, it's something that I think, at least me, if I was a fan in the audience, I wouldn't be upset if they weren't hitting the choreo 100% perfect on KKG when they start singing it on stage. Whereas if I'm going to be watching like Fire, I want to see that sharp choreo.
Right.
But for this song, I would not be pressed if they were just like running around and having a good time.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I guess we'll see once the one man comes around. Because they'll definitely perform it. They'll definitely have a video. They gotta.
Hopefully.
I'm praying.
When we'll get it?
Yeah, when we'll get it, have no idea. There definitely will be a video at some point.
But yeah, like even thinking even like more about what we were just saying, like there's a part with Tom where he's like basically like when he's singing his lines, he's basically interacting, I think it's with Aki. I don't 100% remember, but he's interacting with another member, and it just felt, for a dance practice, it felt a little artificial.
Yeah. I mean, because like it's kind of to me it's kind of like watching like a dress rehearsal for a play.
Yeah.
It's like everybody's going full out, but there's no audience. It's like, what are you doing? But it's like you have to go full out because that's the whole point.
Right.
But it does feel a little like, this video's weirding me out.
Yeah. I think the energy with a live audience, yeah, I think this song will hit live. But because like when they were doing some of the choreo, because they did do quite a bit of the choreo in the music video as well.
Yeah.
It didn't look as
I
weird.
could see myself, I could see myself when that final party chorus hits, and I'm like I could do that. I get it. You know what I mean? But like for the whole song, it's a little much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you had like the perfect point in saying that, like, for a static dance practice video, this choreo is just not built for that.
Yeah.
And that's not really anybody's fault. Okay. Yeah, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's just to make it be a good performance, they have to have the choreo be a certain way. And especially because while it is a party song, it's pretty vocal heavy. Like there's like like you can't have choreo that's like super intensive. Like obviously you want to be stable when you're singing. And if they're doing like choreo that matches the song or the beat or whatever, it's going to be really difficult for all of them to be able to be stable during that.
Yeah. I want to meet someone and talk to someone who really, really likes this choreography. Actually, if you watching this video really like this choreography, please comment and tell us why you like it, because I would like to hear from someone who likes it, because I think if I hear from someone who likes it, I will start to see, the things that they see. But from my initial watch, it's just not for me, and that's okay. Yeah. They have enough choreography for me to like. I can't like everything.
Yeah, and for me it's just okay. I don't dislike it. Yeah. I see the vision. I just think that this format is hard to see. It's hard to like piece together in your brain what a performance of it looks like until we get the actual performance.
Exactly. 100%.
And I think it would be fun, even if we don't do a video for it, if when the live performance comes out for this, we go and revisit this video and see like if we feel different about it.
For sure. Because I mean, there's definitely songs that have come out like that within the time that we've been making these videos, where I say something in one video and I say, oh, this is my blank, my favorite or my second favorite or whatever, and it always changes. Like I think when we were doing the Be First or the 2B album review, I think my favorite song on that was Smile Again, and it's not Smile Again anymore. But it was true back then that it was Smile Again, and now I don't even know what it is. Probably Genesis, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, now we can listen to the whole EP and not worry about.
Yes. I'm excited to listen to the unit tracks, actually. Very excited.
Yeah,
So
I've
that's
heard
going to be
nothing
fun.
but good things about the rest of the EP. This song was literally the only divisive song on there.
Oh yeah, I think so too. Like, and I mean that's usually the case, right? It's usually the title track or the promoted track that gets the most discourse, which makes sense. It's also the track that people see and hear about the most.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
All
Wow.
right. I think we've exhausted what we can say about everything.
Yep.
And that was only with one watch of the dance practice, which I think is enough.
I think
It's
that's
not
fine.
yeah, I don't think we really missed anything big. Unless we did, you can tell
No.
us.
No, yeah, I fear if we kept watching it, I would just pick out things that I don't like because I'm already in this state of mind instead of like keeping my mind open and like looking for things to enjoy. I have to do that on my own time.
I will say I liked the face acting in this. All of them did
That's
really
true.
well.
Yeah, they're usually good at that, so
Mm-hmm.
I can give it to them.
Yeah. Especially Tom and Naya. But they always deliver.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, yes. Yeah, Tom became my like number 3, and then I went, and now I'm just seeing him all the time. Every time I watch a video, I'm like, Tom. He's great. Love him a lot.
Alrighty. Well, thank y'all for hanging out with us. I hope that you liked this video. This one's a bit different.
Yeah,
not
usually
just
we don't say things that are negative.
yeah, or at least neutral. Typically, our
Yeah.
stuff is overwhelmingly positive.
Typically, we're glazing the hell out of these people. And that's not our fault. We're not doing it on purpose.
No.
Those are our opinions.
Yeah, and hopefully this for anybody who's been watching who's like, "Oh, they have to be faking it.
They're
they have to be, just like saying all this stuff because they're fans." Like,
yes and no.
Yes and
I do
no.
say some stuff that I probably wouldn't say if I wasn't a fan, but I don't ever say that I like something when I don't like it.
Right.
So.
But yeah, if there's anything that you want to tell us about this track, about this choreo, about the music video, leave it down below. Subscribe to not miss when we're posting. The next post is going to be the first episode. We just posted 15. So yes. 16, probably gonna break up all of the episodes from here on out until episode 20. So the first part of 16 is getting posted next. Which is the beginning of another screening, the last screening for the training camp.
Yep.
Well,
actually, it's supposed to be the last screening, but then it's not the last screening because
right. I forgot you told me about
happens.
that.
Yeah.
At the last minute, boss is like, actually, I need one more.
At the 11th hour, boss is like, creativity screening again. Actually, I'm like, okay, cool.
But yeah, if you liked this video, drop a like. Yeah, we love MAZZEL. I love this track through and through. Sid likes 95% of this track.
Yeah, actually, I'd say I'd probably give it like a 72 right now. So that's better than my initial expectation coming in. I thought I would hate like 30% of this song, but I didn't. So
no, just 28%.
I just okay. I don't hate 30% of the song. I dislike like 30% of the song. I thought that I would like come into this video and be like, we can't post this because I hate the song. But that's not true. So we're fine. Everything's fine. I just don't like the chorus. The beginning of the chorus. I like the second half of the chorus. Doesn't make any sense. Oh well.
It just makes me smile so hard. Like, my face hurt so bad when we first watched a music video. It hurt so bad. I think it's so fun. I just can't get over.
Definitely very fun. I think this is the most I've ever said wow in a row, so that's good. That bridge hit, and I just went, wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, because it was all of your favorites.
Yes, it was a great bridge. It was like, here's one fave, here's one fave, here's another fave, here's Sato, here's another fave. I love you, Sato, I swear. I swear. I just had to make a silly little funny joke.
No, dude, I was going to say something about Sato on this track, and I totally forgot because we got involved talking about other stuff. I loved his lines on this track. I think
me too.
At the beginning,
I loved his singing in the bridge.
Yeah,
and
yeah. At the beginning, I loved that part, and then his part in the bridge, he sounded incredible.
Oh yeah, the boys definitely all sounded fantastic on this track.
Mm-hmm.
That's, even if I don't like the musical elements that are going on, they sounded fantastic.
Yep.
Rapping, singing, it was great. Their intonation, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm literally never gonna get over that sliding note.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's nice. It's kind of like an unexpected slide too. Like you can hear a slided high note in, songs, but like usually it doesn't sound like that. And I don't know if that's just because it's Kaiju, or because of the notes in particular that they picked, or because of the part of the song that it's at, but something's working for him.
I think it's a combination of all of those things. I think
it's probably all of the factors together, yeah. As it usually is.
But yeah, we will catch you guys in a couple of days for the next episode of the first.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
See you later.